Billy Greenwood from FETC Services and the radio show host of Tap the Box on Fire Engineering Radio, and this is our FETC Weekly Tip of the Week. We're going to talk about air monitoring today and the principles of air monitoring. What I'm finding is firefighters are turning these on, sometimes in the cab on the way down the road, sometimes they're doing it close to the truck. We want a fresh air intake set up these, not in the cab where they might have contaminated air, and not outside the truck close to the exhaust system. Okay? Get in the fresh air environment, turn them on, go through the fresh air intake setup, let them clear, get those air monitors ready to go in a clear air environment. Next, bump test them. Quick little exhalation of our breath, watch the oxygen drop, watch the CO go up. That gives us a good indicator that this air monitor is actually working and sensing the air. The next thing that I'm finding I'd like to talk about is the LEL. This happens to be a 4-gas LEL sensor, methane. This one here is a 4-gas with a PID. This one happens to be pentane. Okay? The difference is that these LELs and these sensors are different. We must know what we have for our own equipment in our own department. So meet with your chief, meet with your training officer, figure out what you got for sensors in the LEL slot. All these meters, by manufacturer's requirements, will alarm at 10% of the LEL, of an unknown factor. That means that it gives us 1/10 before we get to 100% of the boom factor. We're going to a known gas release or a known chemical release. That changes things. We need to know what the sensor is inside. For example, this BW Honeywell meter has a methane sensor in it. Okay, I've taken the conversion factors that the manufacturers provided us, and I put it right on a cheat sheet card so that the firefighters can use it in the field. So if they're in there monitoring a toluene release and they've got 50% on the LEL, this thing started alarming at 10%, and they're reporting to command that they got 50% on the LEL, and they take this quick cheat sheet. Toluene has a conversion factor of 2.86. That's almost 3 times what the number is actually reading on the methane sensor. So if they're at 50%, they're actually walking around and they're in and operating in 150% LEL environment of toluene. Okay? So the important thing to remember is know your equipment, know your manufacturer's requirements, get out the manuals, create the cheat sheet factors for correction factors, and have a better understanding on how your combustible gas meters work. This is Billy Greenwood from FETC, and this has been the Tip of the Week.